I was browsing YouTube one day when I came across an art live stream of a YouTuber named Mead McLean. Now, I had already previously subscribed to him and had watched his videos, but this was the first time I've seen him stream. He was trying his hand at a particular black and white drawing of a busy shopping mall. I knew that he had some sort of art professor experience and had professional training in art, and so I knew he would have a very valuable insight on whatever topic I asked him to the best of his abilities. I chatted with him for the remaining hour of his 2-hour live stream, as I have been struggling with evolving my art style and switching gears from solely portraits and such to more medieval sword and sorcery belongings such as castles, weapons, clothing, women, etc. I had been experimenting as well with different brushes, pens and pencils alike, trying to find a brush with the texture of a pencil but with the cross-hatching nature of pen and ink. I mentioned to him that I mainly draw from reference and that I'm not creative in terms of drawing from imagination, but in rather how I choose to shade the drawing. He then says something that I never really thought about, but is simple when you break it down. The statement he makes is that drawing from imagination is choosing to draw from a limited range of subjects that you know are well known to a finish and mainly using a generic or simplified representation of those objects. This means that the aforementioned drawing would not be up to par when, say, compared to a full referenced illustration. He also attributes drawing from imagination as a misnomer, that it's mainly memory, habit, and memorization. He reaffirms that creativity isn't solely from drawing from imagination, and that it can also be from style, how you make marks, how you shade, and a million other factors that can be attributed to art and creating. This really opened my eyes to the whole creativity problem I've been struggling with from the very start of my art studies. I had always attributed my creativity to how I want to stubbornly tackle black and white drawings with pure pencil/pen, no markers or colors, just entirely pencil and pen marks. I had viewed my way of creativity of tool marking and need of reference as an enemy of drawing from imagination and viewed them as opposite ends of the coin. When in reality, drawing from imagination is just as much a skill as it is drawing from reference, and that doing one can help the other in some aspects. To draw from imagination, you need to learn how things work, and thus, you need to study references. Learn how to use sight techniques and measurements, relationships of things to each other, so you need to study from reference and quote-unquote be less creative. On the other hand, to be more free-flowing and less restricted to references and typical art rules like anatomy, shading, coloring, etc., you need to learn how to bend and twist these rules based on your pre-existing studies and experiences with the subject matter you are trying to draw. Rather than opposite sides, they can coexist, and having been practicing drawing from imagination in my off time with weapons and such, it is true. When I draw without reference, I usually don't do as well as with reference, but that is because my brain is not used to having to work so hard, recalling my past studies and being given free rein. I have to work the muscle in my brain that is calling upon my past studies and learning to draw more freely in a more simplified manner before I can be good at it. It is as much a skill as it is a freedom, and that is something I can get behind as an artist. Please check out Mr. Mead McLean. I will link his channel below. He has a lot of interesting things to say when it comes to art, and he has helped me tremendously in my art studies. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I wish you all well on your own art journeys.